Hi, I am back so soon because Soojin finally released her album, and I had to be one of the first to review it. Now, obviously, I know that since it's been 2 days, there are already tons of people who talked about this album, but I love giving in my own 2 cents. So, a little disclaimer, even if you disagree with me, obviously what I'm saying is just my opinion. I don't mean to hate on anyone, especially on Soojin, since she is definitely one of my favorite title members, now an ex-title member, but I am still in denial. And I just wanted to review this album in hopes of supporting her. So if you can, please stream Agassy, leave some comments on her songs, and let's show her our support. Alright, on to the video. Track number 1, Flowering. Now, I'm not sure can this be counted as a track because it's not even 2 minutes long, but since she said it on her album track list, who am I to complain? I think the instrumental is lovely, and I think the 2 sentences of lyrics that we have are cute wordplay, but I can't really say anything positive or negative about it because A, it's really short, and B, she has 2 lines in her own song. So I think it's a cute little intro and a little extension of Agassy, which I feel like is a really smart decision to make. But as a song on its own, I don't think I would ever listen to it. Track number 2, Agassy, the title track and the track that this music video belongs to. So, my first thought when I started listening to this song is that it sounds like wah, which I don't think was intentional, but instead of sounding like a copy, I think it just improved my experience of listening to it, because it sounds like something familiar that was a great Soojin era, so no wonder she chose a similar style for her debut. I love how she whisper sings this entire thing. She sounds so breathy, but I think that adds a lot to the metaphor of flower, lusty love, full of scents and aroma. This song just is full of character. While you can say that the melody maybe and even her vocals could be deemed as forgettable, the aroma this song just oozes out makes you not being able to forget it. Because you can feel every emotion that she's singing, whether you understand the language or not. And when you look at the lyrics with its flower themes and metaphors that are just spread throughout the whole album, I feel like it's methodically and just perfectly organized in a way that it's an album with a story. And this song is the beginning of it, as well with the extension of the first track. It just feels like she did this so meticulously with such precision that you can't dislike the song. If you feel any sort of love or connection or care about the good ballads, I think this is definitely not a skip of this year and maybe even one of the best songs released in the past couple of months. The aura it has is something that you have to experience on your own. That's how incredible it is. Track number 3, Sunflower. In my opinion, this is the weakest track. Not because it's bad in any way, shape, or form, but I just think it's weak compared to how strong and full of emotion the rest of the tracks are. Now, I don't dislike it in any way, I think it has its own charm definitely, but I feel like a metaphor of the sunflower was cleverly put in here, but not used nearly enough. If you do want to use a strong metaphor such as a sunflower, you should have been prepared to commit to it fully lyrically. But still, listening to the song as just ears and not analyzing the text, it still sounds very pleasant, and I mean, Soojin's voice always sounds really nice, so I would still recommend giving it a listen, but I will say that in my opinion, it's definitely the weakest on the album. Track number 4, TYTY or Thank You Thank You. So I will say that I kind of gotten jump scared when this song started because the previous 3 started really chill and just gentle, and this one started right away with an English verse nonetheless. Still, I do think this song fulfilled my expectations even if I didn't have many. It obviously had that Soojin charm, but I feel like this song was a bit more sassy. She had a bit more energy, felt like her in Señorita is the best way I can describe it. It's good because 2 previous songs were more sultry and aroma heavy, and this one is still heavy with aroma and flower metaphors, but it feels like it more has a fresh scent, something that I would compare to a pine cone in a way, if we're going to stick with these plant-scented metaphors. I would recommend giving it a listen as it's fresher and more girl crushy, which I think a lot of us expected from Soojin. So I really like it. I will just say that that intro gave me a slight jump scare. Track number 5, Sunset. This is another track that did not disappoint, definitely. I feel like it even impressed me a little. It gave me shivers when the intro started with little soft ad-libs that are across it, but I also love how it's sultry and soft at the same time. It's a difficult line to walk between, but I feel like Soojin managed to do that. She still mixed her sultry concept that is, like I said, sprout out during this whole album, but she made this song more soft. And it also transitioned well after Thank You, which was, like I said, a bit more sassy. And even though that could have felt like a big jump that made no sense thematically, it actually absolutely did, especially since this is one of the two songs that has no flower connections in the title. Because sunsets don't remind us of flowers that much, they just remind us of something calm and setting, and I feel like this is what that song accomplishes on its own. It's slightly different than the rest of the songs on the album, but that doesn't make it any worse. In fact, I feel like that makes it even better because she shows just a spark of her duality. Track number 6, Blood Red Roses. Finally, this is the last track on the album and my personal favorite. It has a slightly different sound, yet it perfectly encaptures the theme of this album, I think better than any other song. I feel like this song is a definition of a perfect song from beginning to an end. The instrumental starts building slowly, then in the middle it drops, giving you a slight sense of anxiety that you can't seem to shake for the rest of the song. It made me feel heartbroken, even though I am perfectly happy and single, but I still felt like I just got broken up with, just like something left my soul, and now I am alone in this world. The lyricism in this song is also incredible and perfect. I love poetry, I love songs, I take creative writing, and this just tickled that itch in my brain that desperately needed to be scratched. This song, I feel like, is just even better because it's paired with Soojin's sultry vocals, and she has already proven to us in the last 5 tracks that she can change her vocal tone slightly depending on the mood of the song, and she once again excelled in that with this song, making her voice sound a lot more sad and a lot more lonely. My favorite lyric from this song is "It's a thorn I'm blooming in between," which encapsulates the flower theme perfectly and ends this album with a roundup. From being a flower in bloom, now she is still blooming, but in difficult circumstances, in between thorns. Now maybe broken up with after that sultry, scenty, aroma-filled relationship, she is now alone. Yet she managed to put us through all of the emotions of this album perfectly, and just well done, Soojin. Absolutely well done. The grade I give this album is a 10 out of 10. There is nothing wrong to say about it. I do have a favorite and a least favorite, as with anything in the world, but I feel like the album itself is just too perfect, and definitely I can now say with certainty one of the best albums of 2023. And I deeply recommend giving it a listen. Soojin gave it her all, and her team gave it her all, and I haven't seen a more thematically correct album since Jihyo's Zeozone and Jo Yuri's Love All. Both of these albums, along with this one from Soojin, are perfectly thematically executed, and all 3 of these albums definitely need more attention on them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I know I'm back really soon, but that's simply because I had to review my girl Soojin. If you enjoyed this video, if you agree with me, or if you would just like to watch another one, please like and subscribe and leave a comment so that I get motivated to make a couple more videos. Thank you, and I will be seeing you in the next one.